Psalm 99 reminds me of Isaiah's vision in the temple as he saw the Lord high and lifted up and was compelled to worship. He is holy. The Lord is holy. In this psalm, there is stated 3 times that the Lord is holy. He is totally other. Like its previous hymns, this hymn also emphasizes God's righteous rule in Zion, and by distinction from the other hymns, he will mention by name some of the important figures of Israel's history as well. The psalm is divided into 4 stanzas of 3 Hebrew lines each. You've noticed probably already that hymns tend to like the number 3, and that could have to do with the idea of completeness or fullness that the number 3 begins. And so we have a lot of groups of 3 in this hymn as we've had in the others. You'll notice that the hymn begins the same way that some of the others have. Psalm 97, for example, the Lord reigns. It's the statement of ultimate reality that pervades particularly the Psalms of Book 4, but is actually the theme of the entire book of Psalms in many ways. And the Lord is great in Zion. The Lord's reign begins and extends from his presence in Zion, in Jerusalem, in the temple, in the midst of his people. The psalm has a chorus. Verses 5 and 9 are very similar. Exalt the Lord, our God, worship at his footstool, or worship at his holy mountain. Our God is holy. So similar chorus there that invites the worshiper to join them in exalting God. There is your statement, he is holy, or holy is he, occurring 3 times. So hence the name of this psalm. I've titled it Holy, 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 to remind us of that. Verse 4 gives us a key statement as well. The king in his might loves justice. You have established equity. This is a recurring theme in these hymns of Psalm 93 through 98 and now 99, that God reigns justly and comes to judge with equity. What's unique about this psalm is the mention of some of the great figures of Israel's history, Moses, Aaron, and Samuel. And if we're thinking about what each of these men represents, we might say, well, Moses represents the law, Aaron, the priest, Samuel, the prophets. And so it shows how God's holiness, God's justice was mediated, was delivered to mankind through men. Something else that's interesting about this psalm is the movement between first, second, and third person. So we have the second person voice highlighted there, speaking directly to God as far as you are great, you've established equity, you've executed justice, you answered them, you're forgiving. And then we have first person where it says, exalt the Lord, our God, our God, our God's first person plural, and then the remainder of it is in third person. One of the things I noticed is that the first part of the psalm seems to emphasize the justice of God, while the latter part is his mercy, these 2 great qualities of God that are in perfect balance. The psalm makes me think of Revelation. We have very similar language in Revelation 15 with the song there, how great and wonderful are your works, Lord God Almighty, just and true are your ways, King of nations. Who would not revere and praise your name, O Lord? You alone are holy, and all pagans will come and adore you for the many acts of justice you have shown. So very similar language that John is hearing sung in heaven to this hymn as well, hence the name Holy, Holy, Holy. Something interesting about the psalm, it's just maybe coincidental, but it's a good memory tip at the very least. Psalm 99 has 9 verses, and holy occurs 3 times. Holy, 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 3 times 3 is 9. Might help you to remember Psalm 99 in that way. Something else that's interesting that I discovered a while back is I was thinking about the arrangement of the hymns in the Psalter. This really transcends the books 1, 2, 3, and 4. But I noticed just looking at psalms that have double of the same number, 11, 22 are both laments, and Psalm 33 is a hymn. And then Psalm 44, 55, laments. Psalm 66 is a hymn. Psalm 77, 88, laments. 88 being the darkest of the laments. 99 being a hymn. And then I thought, I'll check and see if 111, and sure enough, 111 is a hymn. Again, this could be totally coincidental, but at any rate, it's an easy memory tip to recognize and think about these pairings and how every third one is a hymn culminating with Psalm 99. So that's just, I find interesting, fascinating, again, probably coincidental, but at the very least, it's a great memory tip for you. Of course, the psalm makes me think of this very powerful and enduring hymn, Holy, Holy, Holy. I encourage you to pray this psalm and then sing this psalm right now.